Hey everybody out there on the internets, welcome again to another edition of Direct to Riff. Today I've got a child safety video called Escape School. I hope it's about ways in which you can escape school like it's a prison break, but I'm pretty sure this is all about how to get out of weird situations with strangers and whatnot. Well, a man can dream. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they recreated it like The Great Escape, but I don't think Steve McQueen's going to be in this. So, but let's find out what I could escape school for whatever reason now. Ooh, Dignity Memorial Funeral Service. What are we doing?
Dignity Memorial Funeral, Cremation, and Cemetery Service providers are privileged and honored to assist others in our communities.
What are you talking
about?
about?
Our profession, though, is that we are well acquainted with the pain and suffering of those who lose someone they love. Like you, we are parents, grandparents,
what
aunts
are
and
you
uncles,
talking
neighbors
about?
and friends who care deeply about the security of our towns and cities. And like you, we want our children to be safe. That's why we believe in the Dignity Memorial Escape School program.
This seems like a very weird
This
pairing.
non-threatening, simple program offers valuable information to parents and children while initiating
Like now I'm
important
uncomfortably
dialogue
laughing
between
because I don't
Please
know how.
watch
Whoa!
this video with
And
your
then
children.
you just fade in like
In the
that.
future, make it a point to
Dude,
discuss the
you can't be
situations
doing
and
this to
techniques
me.
on a continuing basis. It's our hope that this presentation will give your children the ability to recognize potential abduction situations and the tools to escape should the unthinkable occur.
You could have picked anything else to sponsor. Get a sponsor for this, and you chose a funeral service? Are you mad? Oh boy! Well, we're all kinds of fucked up today, aren't we? Not even your little cute little apple.
When it comes
Whoa,
to teaching
Jesus
children
Christ!
about safety, one of the most important things you can teach them is that all the rules change. There are certain things that they can do when they need somebody's help that they couldn't normally do.
Was
For
that like
instance, if a
Ditka?
child were in a department store and they needed to get somebody's attention, they could actually make something fall off the shelf so that they get an attendant or the manager's attention. Normally, they couldn't do that. In a dangerous
Mike
situation, they
Ditka.
can. So you have to be real diligent
But he's had a
and
guy.
show them that all the rules change. And we're also going to look at all these different ways that we
He's
can
definitely
send out
not Johnny
clues
Cash,
or
'cause he's
signals
wearing
to involve
black,
somebody
and,
that could help us. Remember the story of Hansel and Gretel and how they dropped the breadcrumbs in the forest so that they could find their way back?
Sure,
We're
yeah.
going to look at some things kinda like
Except
that.
my version of
But the
Hansel and
first
Gretel
thing
had
we
a
have to
whole
do
lot of
is we
stuff with
have to
Goblin Kings
determine
and like
what
other
a
shit.
good stranger and a bad stranger is, because
think.
kids hear this
I don't even
word
remember that
all
review.
the time. So we need to know what they're thinking about when they say.
I'd like to know
good
what you were thinking when you
stranger,
decided
bad
that was a
stranger.
mustache
So I've
that
asked some
was
of my
worth
friends
taking
here at
out in the
Escape School
public,
to help
but
me, and let's see
I don't question
what
your
they
methods.
say a good stranger and a bad stranger is.
What I want to know is if somebody can tell me the difference
All right.
between,
First of all,
say, a good
this is
stranger
already
and a bad
questionable.
stranger. What, for
Why do you
instance,
have
would
them
a bad
cornered in a
stranger look like?
playground setting?
He might be dirty, not shave, have yellow teeth, have rumpled hair.
Okay,
Hey, nothing
shabby,
wrong with yellow teeth. I
dirty,
mean, when
have
you
a beard.
smile,
Would his hair
cars
be
slow
colored?
down.
You don't think so? No. Okay. What else? A bad? Yeah.
He might have tattoos and smoke.
Probably be smoking. What else?
He would wear raggedy clothes and be dirty and probably never take baths, so he would stink.
Oh my
Okay,
God!
dirty
I
old
feel
clothes,
so
raggedy. So let me
attacked.
see if I got this straight. A bad stranger would be somebody that's maybe selling drugs, smoking. They don't shave. Their hair's messed up. They got raggedy clothes, yellow teeth, tattoos. Maybe
These are
wearing
some
dark
great
sunglasses.
artist sketches
Really a
of
grody-looking
the
individual,
criminals you see on
right?
local
That's
television.
what we're talking about here. Good. What about a good stranger? How would a good stranger? Yes. How would a good stranger look?
He might be wearing maybe like a suit, maybe have a briefcase.
I wouldn't trust that man in a
Suit,
million
a
years.
briefcase? What
I
else?
trust no man in a suit.
Yes.
It might look like your mom or dad.
Could look like your mom or dad. Would that be friendly to you?
No.
Like smiling
No.
and friendly? Is that what you mean by mom and dad? Very good. Yeah, you got an answer. What is
They
it?
would smile and be friendly. They would shave and take baths.
That's good. Smile and be friendly. So
Smile
maybe
and
the good
take
stranger
baths.
Has,
Bathing
nice clothes,
means you're a
nice
good
car,
person.
A briefcase, you said. They look maybe like your mom and dad. So we've heard a lot of different
Oh, so
definitions.
if they
as
have
to
the
what a good
rosary
stranger
on,
looks like
they're
and a bad
perfectly
stranger looks
fine.
like. But the real truth is this: you can't tell if a person is good or bad by their appearance. You can't tell by the way that they're dressed. There's another
Well, I can
way
tell
to do
you're
it, a
not
way
very
that
good at
children
what you're doing
understand
right
real
now
clearly
because you're kind of
and doesn't
stumbling through your
confuse them.
lines, almost
We
as
teach
bad as I
children
stumble through
that a
these
stranger
reaction
is an
videos.
action. Now, children can understand and remember a good action and a bad action, but if they're sitting around,
sure?
trying to
Because I've
determine
seen some kids
whether
that
or
are
not
pretty
a person
dumb.
is a good person or a bad person by their appearance, that's like fighting a losing battle. So we're going to take a look at what some of these actions are, so that a child knows when they see one of these actions, that's a situation they don't want.
Is that
to
what
get
we're going to
into,
learn?
and it
All
doesn't
about
matter
actions.
what the person looks like. They're
Sylvester
focusing
Stallone
on the
actions
action.
versus Arnold Schwarzenegger actions
Okay,
versus
let's
Bruce
say,
Willis
for instance,
actions.
you were outside. Maybe you were walking home from school, or you're walking
As if
to
you
the
are
store
right
or something
now.
like that, and somebody pulls up beside you and it makes you nervous. Now, there's two ways you can react. There's the scared way, and then there's the smart way. And let's see what
I
the
think
differences
both
are
could
and
apply,
which one's going to
depending.
make you safer, okay? So come on over here by me and turn around.
Stranger
If you're
danger,
walking
come
this
on
way,
now.
And this car pulls up beside you, and you get scared and you want to run away. If you
Never
take off
trust a
running
guy
this way, go right there,
who's
then
wearing
you
high
can't
tops
get
and
away
a
from
business
this car very
suit.
easily, 'cause the person
I know
keeps
you're going
following
for the
you, huh?
Don
That's
Johnson
kind of
here,
what we do when we're
but it
scared. We
ain't
have
working,
tendency to run away
bucko.
from things. But come on back for a minute. Let's say you
Hey,
turn
I
around
can see
and
the
you're walking
camera
down
crew
the
in
street,
the
and
in the
this car
reflection of
pulls
the
up, and the person
car.
rolls the window down and they scare you. The smart thing to do is turn around and run this way. Go this way. Now stop right there. If you run that way, they have to turn around to keep going after you. And by the time they get turned around, you've got a big
Yeah,
old head
especially
start.
cars that
You're way
size
far
back
away,
then, those
and
things
you
were
can go find
boats
somebody
in
that can help
comparison
you.
to what
Now,
you
see,
have
that's because you were
nowadays.
smart. When you were smart and thought about it and ran this way instead of going forward, you took back the control. Okay? Great. Okay, now you guys
Poor
know
kid.
that
Just
you're not
wants her-
supposed to get into
wants her
somebody
10 bucks
else's
and a
car.
cookie and
But
she
let's
can get
just
out
say,
of
for
this.
instance, you find yourself, for some reason, you're in somebody's car, and that person is going to drive away. What's the very first thing you should do if you find yourself in that situation?
Grab the
Yes,
steering
what should
wheel.
you do?
You should open the door and run away.
You're absolutely correct. Always open the door and get out. But what if the person sitting there says, don't you touch that, don't you open that door, don't even get anywhere near
Childproof
that
locks,
door,
man.
then what should you do?
They got that
Yes.
stuff
You
on.
get out
They got
and
that
run
stuff
anyway.
like on
Still,
lock
you
now.
don't listen to them, do you? Absolutely not. Good
This
answer.
kind of
You
falls
open the door
apart
and
now
get
with
out
the way
anyway.
cars
You
are
see,
set up, bud.
Let's say, I'm going to give you another situation. Let's say the door is busted and you can't open it. You try to, but you can't get out. Now, the important thing is that you have to do something
That shot
so
is
that
not
this
very
person
good.
can't drive away. So what could you do in a situation like that? Yes.
You could probably jump in his lap and scream and honk the horn.
Jump in his lap and scream. That's a very... Why don't you show me what you're talking about? That's
Oh
a very
no,
good answer. Can you come and show me?
no! I don't. No.
So Jenna, you said that you would jump in the person's lap so they couldn't drive away. I think that's a good answer. Let's
No!
see how you do that. Show me. I'll count
No,
to three,
that's
and
what
then
they
you do it, okay?
want.
1, 2, 3, go! Very good. Very good. Perfect. I couldn't drive. You were right in front of me. Here's a couple other things that you
my
can do
God.
to stop that car before it gets too far away. One thing you can do is jump to the floorboard, reach under the driver's side of the dashboard, and pull out any wires you find. If you can't get out of the car, find a small button, a stick, or a hairpin, and jam it into the ignition, making it hard to restart the car. If you can,
Oh
get
my
out and run
God.
for
Like,
safety.
okay, that's
If
actually
the keys are
legit
left in the car,
cool.
take them with you, and then toss them in the bushes or a dumpster as you're running. And remember, don't
But
stop
wow.
running until you find someone that can help you.
Wha-
Something
like-
else you can do, like say you were in the trunk of a car.
Like, no
You
one has
find
that
the
kind of
wires that
space
go to the
anymore to do
taillight,
some of that
and
shit.
You pull them real hard or kick at that section of the trunk, you'll disable the brake and tail lights. Now you've just increased the odds 50% that the police are
Okay,
gonna
that's
pull the
almost
car
kinda
over,
useful.
Not
So
because you're in
cool.
the trunk, but because it has no brake or tail lights. All right, let's say you're in the car with the person and they drive away. You can't get out the door because the door is busted. And they pull up behind another car.
Some of these kids
at a
really just
stop
wanna be
sign.
anywhere else
What
but
could you
here.
do in a situation like that to draw attention? Yes.
You could jam your foot on the accelerator.
What would that do? Why?
Scare
Bump the
everybody
car into the
shitless.
car in front.
Okay, it would make the car that you're in bump the car that's in front. And would that draw attention to yourself? Well, come and show me how you would do that, would you? That's
Why?
interesting.
Why are we doing this?
Show me what
These
you mean. I'm gonna count
cars
to three,
now,
and then you do it,
no
okay?
kid can
I
do
got
that
my foot on the
nowadays with
brake.
these cars.
1, 2, 3, go. All right, great. I'll tell you what. Let's move inside, and we're going to talk about some ways that you can.
No, I don't.
attract attention to
Anything
yourself
that's close
if
quarters
you're
with you,
inside a
I
building,
do
if
not
you're
want to be
inside a
involved
house, okay?
with.
Let's go.
Not Mike Ditka.
Now, if you have the chance to use a telephone, dialing
Oh,
911
wow. That's
is
some
always the
carpet.
best option. You pick it up, you dial 911, then set the
Hi,
receiver
I'm
down
calling
and
from
move
your
away from
basement.
the phone. Don't hang it up. Just set it down and move away. The police have your address within 2 seconds. You can even do this from a pay phone, and you don't have
What
to
are
have any
those?
money to put
We
in
don't
the
know what
slot.
those things
Dial
are.
911, tell them, I need your help, set the receiver down, and then find a place to hide.
You know what's funny?
If
This
you're
thing
in a
came out in
hotel room or an
2003. I'm
apartment or
getting
a
all
house,
these
here's
tips
an
from
interesting way that you
from
can get
inspirations that are
attention.
like
If you can
Die
get into the
Hard or
bathroom, you
Home
can take off
Alone.
your socks and tie them in a big ball, or stuff it down in the toilet, and then flush the toilet. It'll overflow, and this would maybe cause somebody else to get involved. And when they show up, now you've got somebody that can be a potential
Why are you
rescuer.
teaching kids how to clog a
In
toilet?
child
They
abduction
can do
cases, one of the
10,000 other
primary
things that would be
difficulties for law
better.
enforcement is the lack of clues or signals from the child. Without a clue, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. If a child is trapped in a room, one way to draw attention to himself is by flicking a light switch on and off.
Yeah, you
This
know
is
what
a
happens?
universally
Your parents
recognized
beat your
technique
ass
to
for that
signal
because
that
you
help
can't
is
have a
needed.
disco club party in your room.
One of the most important clues law enforcement can have is a direction of flight. An ID bracelet makes an excellent tool for sending out a clue. It can be thrown from a
Why
car
are we-
window or dropped
ID
on a
bracelets
street
where
or
we treating these
sidewalk.
kids like
It can
dogs?
be discreetly left in a restaurant or motel room. Inscribe reward and your phone number on the bracelet. And when it's recovered and reported, you've established a possible direction of flight. If you're in a dangerous situation and you cannot quickly get away, one thing you
Kinda
should
like your
remember
mole
is
can't
try
get
to
away
keep
from your
something
face no
between
matter how hard it
you
tries.
and the person you're
And why do you
trying
look
to
like you're fake
avoid.
tanned?
Now, you can use anything in your environment. You can use a backpack, for instance, and you can just throw it at the person. Or you can use
Yes,
a bicycle.
please.
Get off on the side of the bicycle that's opposite the person you're frightened of. That puts the bicycle
Ed
between
O'Neill?
you and
Why did
them
you attack
and
Ed
allows you
O'Neill?
more time when you go to run away.
He's just
Now,
trying to
that's
keep
a
that
smart
Dodge
way
running.
to
I mean,
react.
he's a shoe salesman.
What I'm going to show you is there's two ways you can get away from a person. Now, if you react one way, that's kind of the scared way, okay? And that may not work. And then there's a smart way. So if I had a hold of your arm, try to pull away from me. You're going to pull, and you're not going to get away from me, okay? Because I'm bigger and I'm stronger than you. Try it again.
That's
You pull
debatable
away,
there, not
and I
Mike
pull
Ditka.
back, and I'm going to win. But that's what you do if you were scared. But if you were going to react a different way, a smart way, here's what you can do. Rotate your arm like a big windmill. Do it around a couple times, almost like an airplane propeller. That's good, just like the plane was going to take off. Now, this time when I grab you, instead of pulling away, I'm going to pull you in by me.
You're not an
Instead of
athlete,
pulling
are
away,
you,
rotate
sister?
your arm around. Go ahead. Heart. Very good.
Wow,
What we're
we
going to
learned
show
escape
everybody is
techniques.
there's a certain way you can get help if you need it. Say you were walking
Why don't you
down
learn?
the
Why don't you
street,
teach them how to
maybe
get
going
to
school,
Dick Kick
going
City?
to the store, and you see somebody else and they're following you and they make you nervous. So you walk up to someone else that you don't know, maybe me, I'm standing on the street corner, and ask
Yes,
you for help. How
when
would
you
do
are
that?
concerned
And
about
I say,
one
"No, I don't wanna
person
help
who
you."
is
Now what are you gonna do?
freaking you out, talk to
And then
another
I just
person
turn
who
and
might
I walk
possibly
away. I say,
freak
I don't
you
wanna
out.
help you. I don't have
These
to
are all
help you.
sound
You
strategies.
can't make me help you. There's another way to do it. There's actually a way, a real smart way that you can get the help you need.
These look
This
like some
time,
pretty
come up,
awesome
grab my arm, hold
playgrounds.
it as
Man, I
tight as
kinda
you
wish
can.
I
Don't
had
let
them
go no
growing
matter
up.
What I do, look right at me and say,
Of course, all my
need help. And
playgrounds,
and we'll see what happens.
risked either
okay?
having the most
Go.
fun in your life or you bleeding to death.
Help.
No, I don't want to help you.
I need help.
I don't want to.
I need help.
And look, I can't get rid of you. You've involved me in your situation. We call this the Velcro technique. You can hold on to me for as long
no.
as you want to until
Dear
you
God,
say it again.
dude.
I need help.
Not
I
Mike
wanna help
Ditka
you.
is not.
Look at this. I can't. You like.
He has
gum stuck
offered
on the
some
bottom
really
of my
good
shoe,
stuff,
man.
and he has
Good
offered some
job.
shit that, I mean,
Hey,
that's
remember
just
this.
batshit
Always
insane.
trust your instincts. You know that little butterfly feeling you get sometimes in the pit of your stomach when you know something
Ew.
just isn't right?
Is this Silverchair?
Trust that. That's very
No, that's
important.
Arlo
That's
Eisenberg
telling
right
you
there.
that you have the right to get up and walk away from any situation that you don't feel comfortable in.
I can't walk out of
It's
this
very
riff
important that
because
you know the most dangerous situation that
kinda
you
doing
could
it
ever
for
get into
YouTube.
is getting into or
the reasons
close
that escape
to
me.
someone
Quit looking
else's
at the
car.
camera, you little
Never
shit.
fall for any of the tricks that people use. First of all, you shouldn't walk over
Wasn't
to
she
someone's
in The
car if they want
Shining?
you to mail a letter, or if an adult pulls
No,
over and
we have
asks
no
you
interest.
for
Besides, don't you have
directions.
GPS?
Sometimes these are just tricks. Remember, never get in a stranger's car for any reason whatsoever.
Even if it's a
What if
kick-ass
somebody
Ferrari.
walks up to you, say you're at a mall or in a park or anywhere, they walk up to you right
Malls?
now, and they have
What
a
kids
camera
go to
and they
malls
say, hey,
nowadays?
I want to take your picture. I work for a magazine. Should you let somebody like that take your picture? That's right. No, that's very important. Nobody should take your picture unless they have your parents' permission. Now, I'll tell you
come
what, there's a
on, I'll
very
get you on
easy way to
Instagram.
know if
You'll be an
somebody has your parents'
influencer.
permission or not, and that's by using something called a code word. Does anybody here have a code word? You do? What is it?
Fuck
I
boy.
can't tell you.
You can't tell me. That's right. That's the right answer. You're not supposed to tell anybody what the code word is. Very good.
Wow.
The code word is a very special word, a secret word that just you and your family know. Say someone comes up to you
What,
and
did she
says
just
that
bring
your
out of
parents sent
jail?
them to pick you up. They say that you need to go with them right away.
No.
Well, if they don't know
Aunt
the code
Rhonda?
word, then you know that they weren't sent by your parents, and the smart thing to do is just get away right away.
Parents, if you should
Okay,
ever find
so
yourself
that
in a
kid's shirt
situation where
was
you
so
think your
damn
child
big,
is
and
missing,
I can't
there
say
are five
anything
things
because
that
when
you
I
need
was
to know how to
God.
do. There's
So when this
5
came out in
phone calls that you have
2003,
to make.
I used
First,
to wear
call
shirts.
911. Tell
No
the police that
lie.
this is
I
a
was
high priority
I weighed like
emergency.
$150
Your child
back
is
then.
missing.
I
Next,
wore
call
double
the
X and
National
triple
Center
X
for Missing and
shirts.
Exploited Children.
Like,
Their phone number is 1
there's no
800
reason for
the
me to wear
lost.
that shit. Like,
They
I remember,
can
like,
help
they were
you
pocket
get this
tees, too.
out to
They
the
would-
public.
the pocket would be
Then
down
call
here.
the local search and rescue
And, you know, it's
division.
supposed to be up
Ask
here.
them to bring out the dogs
God,
and the
that
rest
kid-
of the search team
I
to
mean,
help
if he
you.
was running, he
After
could
that,
like
call
almost
the FBI.
stick his
Their
shirt
number
out
is
like
usually
Mario
in front
does
of
in
the phone
Super
book.
Mario
And the
World
fifth
and just
phone call
float
you're
and
going to
fly.
make is to all the local media, radio, television, newspaper. They're going to help get the word out and get an image of your child out there on the air. Remember,
What
write
happened
these
to the
phone
milk
numbers down.
carton?
They're
Isn't that
extremely
still a
important.
viable
Keep them in
thing?
a safe place so that they're always handy. You know, there's literally hundreds of things that you can do or that you can work on with
And
your
it
children
feels like
when
it's
it
been
comes
hundreds of
to
minutes since I
being
started
safe
watching
by
this.
being smart. You've just seen the tip of the iceberg here on this
Go
video.
run some defensive
I really
plays
encourage
and
you
get
to
the
sit down
Chicago
and talk
Bears
about
back
this
up to
subject
snuff.
with your children on a
Or
regular basis.
do
and listen
something
real
for the
close
New
to what
Orleans
they
Saints
have to
like
say
you
because
blew that a
many of
couple
the
years
tips we've
prior.
shown you today and many that we use and talk about all the time, we've learned from children. Here are the 2 most important points that I hope you go away with today. First
One,
of all,
I'm
you're
not a
safe
credible person.
when you're smart,
2,
not
my
when you're
chin can
scared.
break
And the
bricks.
second thing is, life is fun. Go out and enjoy it. Thanks for
Are
watching.
you kidding
and we'll
me?
See you
We don't
again
do that
right here
nowadays.
At Escape
we
School.
stay at home. We're all indoor kids. I still do not like the fact that a funeral service is the key sponsor to this. This is so wrong. God, it is so wrong. I mean, I'm sure somebody had a connection that is important to this, and like they were doing this to be proactive. But I don't know. This just feels just I don't even have words for it. Like really, I don't. It's just so weird. It's like escape school, because if you flunk escape school, you're going to the memorial people. Huh. I don't know. It's cringeworthy in so many ways. Almost as cringeworthy as what happens when I do these things. Because my reactions are cringy. It's all get out. Whatever. It's over. Thank God. God, Jimmy. Fuck that. This one didn't. Oh. Whew. I feel like I got flop sweat from this. So until next time, kids. Toodles.